Hello from Emporia, Kansas. We are here back again after 2023's disastrous Unbound. I'm back for another taste of mud, it looks like. So it's been raining a lot these past few days, which have made them a bit challenging because there's not that much to do in Emporia, Kansas. So I've had quite a lot of coffees, quite a lot of cinnamon rolls, and now, yeah, we're hoping to get out and see a little bit of the course, but a lot of it's underwater. So on Saturday we've got Unbound 200, so that's 200 miles, which is, it's not the shortest of races, but it's also not as long as the tracker. And yeah, I'll be racing in the elite women's field, and yeah, just doing my best. To be honest, I don't think this race massively suits me because it's like not technical. It's basically like a road race, big peloton. Yeah, I'm not like putting any pressure on this race. I'm here to have a good time. It's so many things could happen. You could literally puncture 10 miles in. I'm really nervous, to be honest. How do you feel about this weather?
It's like being back in England.
It is. Look, oh, this is a little puddle.
I actually wouldn't be that upset by it, other than it probably means it's going to be really, really muddy.
This is just not ideal. We don't want to ride today, and Ruth's also discovered that all the pools are closed, so she can't even swim because it's a bank holiday and there's no coffee shops open.
There's nothing to do. Got nothing to do other than, well, we just sat in the bike shop for a bit.
Yeah, we sat in a bike shop.
Maddie's so happy right now.
I'm loving it. I'm having the time of my life.
We're so happy to be here.
I can't even take this one. We are out doing some gravel finally, because it's been raining for days. We're just doing it out and back on the Flint Trail. It's called like the Flint Hills Trail. Just with Lucy and Ruth. And yeah, I'm going to do some efforts. Last efforts before the race. Yeah. It's not been the best experience so far in terms of weather and the riding here, but we took the car out to make the most of it today, went for a nice coffee, and I'm sure this ride will be fun.
This bit's actually quite nice.
This is scenic. Almost.
This is quite scenic.
Yeah. You can almost call it scenic.
It's very green.
More scenic than the race.
Yeah.
Another recce. Okay, we found a key point, Little Egypt. Toby, what do you think of this section?
Last year I punctured it in recon, and in the race I never made it to it, so we'll see.
Positive. Are you excited to experience Little Egypt?
I'm super excited. She can't wait to see all the pyramids. Yeah.
Okay, post-ride essentials. Ruth flagged down
The barbecue man.
the barbecue man and inquired to see if he still had some barbecue meat.
And he did.
Back for more post-ride priorities.
So good.
So we're looking at what's on the menu for Saturday. I'm gonna say there's a lot of 90-degree turns. So I've done some riding out here, and yeah, you just pretty much all the turns are 90 degrees, which is not very interesting. It's supposedly about 4,000 meters of climbing, which sounds hilly, but from my experience, it's just like very rolling terrain, very undulating. A section here that's supposed to be quite pivotal called Little Egypt. I went and saw it yesterday. It's like, it's not very dramatic. Like, it's like nothing compared to anything at Tracker. So we are going to sign on to go and pick up the packets. I think they call it packet pickup here. We're gonna go pick up some packets. My legs actually feel really sore.
I'm riding 3 hours every day.
Yeah, I'm riding 3 hours every day. But I'm not riding today.
You are riding.
I might have my third cinnamon roll in 3 days. Ready? Steady. I'm trying to pump myself up. This weather's getting me down.
Alright, so this goes on your seat post correctly.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. And then, and you're all set. Do I need pipe cleaners? Ready?
Let's go.
Action.
This is my Lauf Segler ready for Unbound Gravel. So talking through setup here, I'm running way too small a chainring with 38 tooth, but just because I'm going straight to Kenya after this trip, and I thought easiest to cut the faff and just run like the bike the way that I want to run it for Kenya. So I've got a 38 tooth chainring with a 1050 cassette. I'm running Panaracer Gravel King X1 tyres and a 45, which with the Lauf Segler fork I should have enough clearance for mud, but I also want slightly wider tyres for the terrain here because in parts it can be a bit lumpy, although this sort of section isn't really. I've got an Apidura top tube bag, running my Coros Dura bike computer, Sella Italia Gravel SLR saddle, Apidura tool bag, OT nutrition, and I have a dyno plug here just in case because I think there's a high likelihood of punctures. And then what is the most important thing for Unbound? I actually need to learn how to get this out fast. I have my mud stick ready for the mud. I might just stick that in a pocket in the race. Third day in a row, cinnamon bun. They're just so good, and Josh wanted to try one. And we deserved it. We've worked hard today.
It is. Well,
I'm riding over to the start. I had breakfast at 3:40 this morning. This is the roughest start of the year. Like, this is too early. Who decided that this was an okay time to start a bike race? But in some news, I should finish before sunset, which is positive. So at least I don't have to think about riding in the dark. Yeah, I'm riding over to the start. I'm really excited. I feel really good today. I'm up for it. Let's see what happens. What's so proudly we held at the
It's going to be a great experience.
Thankfully, I used to race enduro, so.
Crowned an Unbound Gravel champion. At 6:05, so riders, we will give you a little count, and Emporia, you're going to make noise one more time. In 3, 2, 1, we are underway. Your elite women Emporia.
So Unbound Gravel 2025 was on the way, and it started relatively fast just because everyone was kind of fighting for positions early on, not wanting to get dropped but also wanting to be in a good position for if anything decisive happened. But the course was so flat at the beginning that it didn't split the group up at all, and I actually found that it made the group quite dangerous because there were some riders who probably wouldn't have made it if we'd have gone up a hill early on, but were managing to make it in the group. So I was just trying to choose wheels that I knew I could trust and move up where I could, which you can see I'm doing on the side here, and where it was safe to do so. pretty much at every corner or like slight rise or anything, everyone was kind of fighting to move forward because they were worried that the group would split. So yeah, I was just trying to get a good position, and you can see here there were just like little accelerations where you were like, oh no, I need to work my way forward, make sure I'm not going to get dropped by this group. After this shot there was a crash and a pile up, and basically it kind of dominoed out and I managed to go down as well, which was super annoying. But I chased back with this girl, and yeah, it was a bit of an effort to make it back, but we did eventually make it back to the group. And then carnage broke out, so there were so many crashes now as we hit Divide Road, and it was actually scary. Like, I've never kind of been so scared racing my bike and not enjoyed racing my bike as much as in this moment. So I counted that I was caught behind 3 crashes, and each time I chased back on, so I was in 1 crash and then caught behind 3 crashes, and that's totally on my bad positioning. Like, I should have been further forward so that I wasn't caught behind the crash. But yeah, here we're working forward again. After each crash, I tried to make it back forward without wasting too much energy, but it's so hard because you're like determined to get to the group in front and you don't know how hard they're going. So a couple of times I did burn my matches a little bit, but I was trying to do it in the most controlled way I could. Broke out again. So this is when the basically pivotal moment happened and the group split. And actually Maud, who's on my right here, did manage to make it back really far forward, which was really impressive. But I think only maybe another girl made it back. And at this point, basically, it was like your race was almost decided unless you put in a huge effort and made it back. And I was trying to work out here, like, how hard could I push? How much could my legs do? And I kind of did the best I could whilst still thinking about the fact that we still had however many miles to go, because this was about 3 hours in. And yes, Sarah hit her head, so she just came around me here. She went down in that section before and she'd hit her head, so she later pulled out with concussion. But yeah, you could see here, like, girls just kind of panicking and trying to get further forward, having been caught in the crashes. So at this point, all I was thinking was, I do not want to be solo for much of this race. So I was just trying to find people to work with basically as best as possible, because you just don't want to be alone when it's a 200-mile race. And yeah, you're not even halfway through at this point. Like, yeah, it's a really, really long day. So you want to find people for company, but also to work with. Worked together for a long time, basically until the first feed. We did find another girl to work with at one point, but yeah, we worked together, chatted a tiny bit, but basically just decided, yeah, we're going to work together.
I've had a crash, but I'm okay.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Yeah, just chuck it down the back, inside the jersey. Perfect. Okay, I'm ready?
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, and bottles?
Yeah, bottles done. See you later, thanks guys.
So I was super lucky to have Jeff from Panaracer and his wife supporting me in the feed, and yeah, we did a really efficient feed. I came out ahead of any of the girls I came in with and basically found this new group, and we worked really, really well together. And then I suddenly was like struggling to hold the wheel, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I'm really struggling. I was looking down at the power and I was like, I'm pushing like 300 watts. I'm pretty certain at this point in the race these girls aren't wanting to push 300 watts. And yeah, I just kept getting distanced, and at this point I was like, do you know what? I looked down and I could see my rear tyre was completely flat, and I was like, oh no. So I pulled over, stopped, and then yeah, basically did my best to fix it as efficiently as possible. And let me tell you, I'm not normally good at fixing punctures, and I wasn't great, but I did manage to fix it, and quite a few women did pass. But I saw these two women pass like not long after I fixed it, and I was like, do you know what, this is now motivation. I'm going to try and catch them and work with them, and I did manage to get it to them after a bit of an effort.
Hola, ¿cómo vas?
Un pinchazo. Sí, y una caída también.
¿Y una caída?
Oh, actually, yeah, could you move the chain quickly and then I'll go?
Hielito, agua, que te eches, ¿no tienen?
I'm alright. I just want to get to the finish now.
Ok. Es que está muy... Ah, no puede ser.
Hold the bike.
Yeah, I'm holding. I got it. Thank you. Your stomach is good? I'm alright. Okay.
¡Vamos, Mavi! ¡Tú puedes!
As it goes in every race that's long with a GoPro, it did die at this point. And basically, I'd come into that second feed with this group of girls and was relatively efficient in the feed, but was also just a bit like, do you know what, I just want to get to the finish now. So I didn't really look for them, and I was like, I'm just going to push on. So I pushed on my own. I'd seen Ruth for a little bit because her and me were riding with us, and then there was kind of a moment where the kind of group split a little bit, and I didn't want to do an effort to get back to them.
Are you having the best time ever?
So I was like, I know they're not far in front. So yeah, I just did a little solo effort, and I found me and Ruth just having a little drink at one of these stops on the side. So what was amazing about this race, and I actually wish more races were like this, but that there was like neutral feeds where like local residents had like set up cooler boxes with like water, Coke, whatever, and were giving you out stuff. And it was actually so nice. Like, I've never seen that in a race before. So they stopped for a drink, and I rode with them then basically almost until the finish, and we hit this last hill and there was a pickle stop. So we stopped for pickle juice, which was, I actually think the highlight of my day was stopping for pickle juice. And then Ruth's derailleur broke, so then it was just me, and then another girl caught us, and the three of us rode together to the finish. And then me had like a sprint finish, and I suddenly realised in that sprint finish I had a 38 tooth chain ring. So I provided no sprint in the sprint finish, I like started to try and gear it up and I started spinning out and I was like, oh no. So I just sat behind me. But I think she probably would have out-sprinted me anyways, to be honest. She looked like she could sprint. But yeah, so I finished 35th, which to be honest, given the circumstances, I'm not overly disappointed with. Like, if I hadn't have punctured, I think my result would have been a lot better. If my positioning was better, my result would have been a lot better, but that's on me. I should have been better at positioning. So yeah, I'm not too, like, it's all right. Like, I would have wanted better, but luck wasn't necessarily on my side. And with Unbound, you need to have luck on your side. But yeah, it was a wild experience.
Pretty good. That's what you gotta send them.
Woo! Spin those legs!
This is an American size drink.
Also, I think the main thing was like the improvement from 2023. So I had a look and I was 4 hours and 10 minutes faster in 2025 than 2023. And yes, there was quite a lot of mud and I did quite a bit of walking and you can see that video on my YouTube channel. But like not 4 hours worth of walking. And my normalised power was 196 and it was 172 2 years ago. So like the difference between the power also was quite significant. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that from that perspective. Definitely shows quite strong improvement. And I mean, if I improve in that same linear pattern, obviously I'd be doing it in 7 hours in 2 years' time. We'd be breaking all the records.
I found Josh. What are we gonna get? Of course.
When are you doing the whole reel in this?
I'll strip when we get to the gravel. These trousers do zip off. They're actually the best trousers I've ever had in my life. And I'm not saying that because I'm sponsored. Okay, me to camera. Tomorrow, it's all on the line. 200 miles, 1 day, 1 goal. Stay fast, stay smooth, and stay in the fight.
Action.
Let's go get it. See you out there. I need to be sincere.
Action.
Let's go get it. See you out there. I can't be sincere. Let's go get it. See you out there.